Oh, all right. I think we're live. Let's do this. Welcome back. It's time for another week. Oh, left the door wide open. Everyone's going to hear this week. Hey, if you're just joining me, welcome. We try to do this every week. My name is Derek from Noodlecake. We do a little Twitch stream every week, showing off some new games, some new things. But this week, we're going to do something entirely different. You might have noticed from the Twitch title if I've updated it. Phew, I think I did. This week we're going to do something totally different. We're going to try and do a little bit of game art. We've got a game jam going on in our office this week, so everyone's kind of dropping what they're doing and trying to make something new, something quick, with some people they haven't worked with before. And so everyone's kind of launching in and being creative this week, so I thought I would be creative on the stream as well. So we're going to try and do something new. This week what I've got a fancy Apple Pencil and an iPad Pro. And we're going to try and make some art on there and stick it into a game and see how it goes. And then maybe in the future, you'll see an update for that game that has the art in it. Who knows? Little disclaimer, though, that this is not normally what I do. I've definitely not hired a Noodlecake to be a game artist, and I definitely did not make the art for the game we're working on this week. But I thought it'd be kind of fun. It seemed like something doable that we could try and do in an hour together. So if you've got some ideas for the art this week, let me know. Let me know in the chat. I'll try and keep things rolling, keep things talking. If you've got some ideas, I'll try my best to bring it to life. So with no further ado, what do you say we jump into this? Here we go. So this week, here we go. I've got my iPad with Procreate lined up. If you haven't used Procreate's iPad app that's awesome for art. It does all kinds of awesome painting with the Apple Pencil. It's so cool. But this week we're going to be doing some pixel art, and for that it's an okay tool. It's certainly not the best one, but we're going to make it happen. So I've got my screen up on here. Hopefully you can see as I draw along, and I'll be using my pencil to try and draw things as we go. I sort of got this set up a little bit. We're going to be trying to make a new Bouncy Hoops ball this week. If you haven't played Bouncy Hoops, the game features all kinds of cool, wacky balls that you can unlock throughout it. And I think we've got 30-something balls in the game, but we're always adding more. The developer came in's working on introducing some more with his artist, and I thought, why not insert myself in and propose this for the game and see how it goes. So what I've done is I've got things a little bit set up on here. This is our layers here in Procreate, and I've got this nice little purple background so we can see things. Let's see, is this Apple Pencil working? Oh, it's not. Of course things are not set up. All right, that's not great. Let me try this. I'm gonna try plugging things in over here. Whoop. I'm working. This is Dongle City over here. Let's see if this is working. I think all you have to do is, oh, of course not. Am I gonna be able to use this thing this week? All right, let's try one. Let me just do this. Whoop. We're gonna lose the feed. I'm pretty sure I was playing with this beforehand, but maybe I didn't. There we go. I lost my connection. Oh, I see. Yep, that's it. I actually got to turn Bluetooth on for this to work. Who knew? I guess I should have known. There we go. We got a Bluetooth connection. Let's get the game back in. I was trying to do this in airplane mode so that I wouldn't have a bunch of notifications along the way, but I guess notifications, I guess if you turn off or turn on airplane mode, you turn off Bluetooth. All right, so we're in. So I've got this layer panel here, and I've got this background color just so we can see what's behind it. And I've also created a new layer here with a mask. And if you're familiar with Photoshop, you'll know what kind of masks do, but they sort of delete parts of the layer that you don't want. So I've got a mask that sort of looks like this. And so all the parts in the white are going to be kept, and the parts in the black are just going to be invisible. And you can see here on my layer 2, I've got a mask. So if I try and draw something, this is going to help me kind of color inside the lines. This is going to help me cheat. So if I grab a big brush and a black color and I try and paint, there we go. We can see that I can't paint out of it. I can already see that my mask is a little bit messed up, so I'm just going to fix it right now. Change to the last mask layer, grab a tiny one, and a bit of black. And, oh, did that work? And try and, oh, too much. There we go. Fix my mask a little bit. I think that's a little better. Oh, I see my opacity is way down. So this is the size. This little slider right here changes the size of my stroke. This changes the opacity. In this case, the size cannot be changed. But there we go. I fixed my mask up a little bit. And now I can work on some art. So if you've got any ideas for a ball, let me know in the chat. I'll try my best to do it. But today I'm going to be trying to do a couple of round objects. We'll see what we can come up with in an hour. And then for the last 15 minutes, I'm going to fire open the game engine that's built in Unity. I'm going to try and insert my sprite, and we'll see if we can play with it. That's a fingers crossed thing. I'm neither an artist nor a developer here, but I'm going to try my hand at doing both. We'll see how it goes. So I think maybe the first thing I'm going to try doing is something round and delicious. I'm going to try making like a cookie ball. I think that'd be kind of fun. So I'm going to give it a base color. I'm going to give it this sort of peachy color. There we go, nice and peachy. That's kind of cookie colored, I think. I'm going to turn off this background so I can see my cookie in all its glory. All right, and you can see here, even though the layer is all one color, it kind of trims it down with that mask. Okay, so the game is all pixel art, so you can see it's in this pixelated form. Oh, I can see that my mask is still kind of messed up. I'm going to fix this up all the way. Go back to my 1 pixel brush. Fix my mask up. There we go. Masking, masking, masking. There we go. Up here. Oh, not there. There we go. Does it show you where... it probably doesn't show you where I'm drawing. That just looks like nothing. I wonder if there's a setting I could turn on. Airplane? What's this do? That just got rid of all the tools, didn't it? All right. There's probably some way to do it. I don't know it. Light infrared hand, brush cursor. That's kind of what I wanted. Well, I tried. So I've got a ball here, and I'm now going to try and give it some more texture and depth by throwing some more brushes on here and some new colors. So I've got these pixel brushes, which is great if I want to draw like one. Sweet Peach, thanks, man. Thanks, Dweers. I made this peach circle today. We're going to turn it into a cookie. I'm going to try and... I think I actually wanted a little bit more yellowy, a little bit more brown. I'm going to desaturate it a bit. Try to make it a little more brown. Pick a color. It's a bit more cookie-y. All right. Oh, yeah, that seems a little more cookie-y. Throw this huge one on there. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab one of these airbrush, these soft airbrushes. I'm going to find a color that's maybe a little darker than this. And I'm going to try and give it a little bit of depth. Bring this size down a bit. Just try and give it a bit of a 3D shape, cookie ball. Let's see, there we go. Oh, that's working okay. I'll come up here a little bit because we want it to be toasty on the outside. There we go, giving it a little bit of shape, and we can kind of zoom out, zoom in to take a look at how it looks. All right, I'm also going to add, I'm going to save this color in my palette. I'm going to come in and find something that's a little lighter. And throw in a little light from the top. There we go, make my cookie look Like there's some kind of I noticed that the existing ones in the game, they all kind of have a bit of a light source. I'm gonna throw this opacity down just to change it a bit, give it a little bit of depth. Ooh, I see I'm missing a pixel in my in here one more time. So I'm gonna go to white. Oh, I'm gonna change my brush. Here we go. Let's grab this 1 pixel brush and let's fix my mask. There we go. So that's a little bit more round. And I think my mask looks like it's supposed to be. Change back to the layer. You can see I turned the mask off. What's underneath is just a sort of mess here. And this sort of crops it out. All right, what do cookies have? Cookies have some chocolate chips. So I'm gonna save this color too. And let's find a nice dark brown for a cookie, for some chips. And I'm gonna try and use this one little 1 pixel brush. We'll see how it goes. There we go. Fun thing about, I'm gonna add a big one here. The fun thing about pixel art is that, especially in this case where we're kind of scaling it, is that you can have a little fun with it. It doesn't have to be too precise. You know, with all the sort of pixely effect, it's a bit forgiving. And this too, I can zoom in a lot, and then I can, you know, I can tap some individual pixels. There we go. Let's give it a couple. Let's give it a little L-shaped one here. So if it's just poking out, maybe a couple more down here. I like a lot of chocolate chips in my cookies. There we go. So we got some happy little chips. There we go. Let's keep doing that. If I zoom out, yeah, it's looking okay. I want to add a little bit more contrast to it, so I'm going to grab pretty close to black here. Bring my opacity down a little bit and just try adding a bit more, some more dark parts to it to make it look like it's on purpose. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. And then maybe for a little bit of shine off the cookie chips, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to come back in. I got a 1 pix brush. Try and add a little bit of shine to some of the bigger ones, because that's how light works. There we go. All right, zoom out. You can see they got a little bit of shine to them. All right, that's looking okay. What I could do here is do this smart and do this on multiple layers so that I would be, you know, I could have the base layer and then a chip layer, but I didn't do that because, here we are. So what I'm going to do here too is, in a lot of the balls that exist currently in the game, there's quite a bit of contrast on the bottom line. So I'm going to grab that dark again, and I'm just going to give it a 1 pixel dark line. There we go. Oh, I got some tunes going. I kind of forgot about that. Let's load those. Let's bring that a little louder. I think that's too loud. Let's see how it goes. There we go. So I'm going to try and kind of replicate the art style of the existing artist. Oh, I can double tap to undo. And give it a nice dark border here on the bottom. Alright, it just sort of helps it pop a little bit. And I can see how that looks against the background color again. Okay, yeah, I zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of starting to look like a cookie. What I want to do too here is now, a cool thing in this application, if I use my finger, I can tap and hold. It knows the difference between my, oh no it didn't. It knows the difference between my finger and the pen, at least in the settings it does, which is kind of cool. So I can use my fingers for some things like picking out some colors, my pen for actually drawing. And I think I've turned it off, but there's a setting in here that, let's see here. I'm not sure where it is, but I can turn off gesture controls. Here we go. I can have my touch do gestures only, or paint only, smudge only, erase only. So I could have my my pencil draw things, my finger erase things. So this is a pretty cool application on here. It's pretty feature packed. I like it quite a bit. So let's keep. I'm gonna add a little bit more darkness to this bottom line. There we go. That's looking all right. Let me fix up this contrast a bit. Add a bit more light up here on the top. There we go, that's looking okay. And then I want to add a bit of variation because cookies aren't smooth. So I'm going to add a bit of color variation, just some subtle variation in the cookie itself. We'll see how that goes. maybe around the chip. A little bit of darkness. There we go. Now, like old 8-bit graphics, they were sort of limited in the number of colors they can choose, and I know there's a lot of debate online of... Thanks, Desiree. This is my tasty cookie. There's a lot of debate amongst, game artists about true pixel art and, 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever. Today, we're just going to go for the full, millions of colors, and we're not going to worry too much about trying to pick, 16 colors and stick with it or something like that. We're not being true... We're not going to be true artists, true pixel artists today. Now I'm going to grab a bit more of this highlight here. Again, with my opacity down really low, I'm going to give it a bit of highlight around the chip. Maybe make it look like it's poking out a bit. It's all kind of about illusion. It's about sort of testing something, trying it out, seeing what it looks like. Does that make sense? There we go. Yeah, just a little bit of a subtle raised effect on each chip. There we go. Look at that. Let's give it a little more chippiness down here. There we go. Nice. There we go. So that's a decent chip. I want to touch on some more things. The weirs, if you're kicking around, let me know if you want me to draw something. If you've got some ideas for round obstacles, let me try and draw it out. My cookies here looking okay. It's kind of hard to know what it's going to look like without being in the game. I might give it a little bit more chippiness. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I like a good choco chip. I'll make this one a little bigger. There we go. Maybe make this one a little bigger too. There we go. And one on the side. Yeah, let's give it lots of chips. Nice. There we go. Just having some fun with some pixels. Just making a happy little... Yeah, more chips. Good idea. Just making a little happy little cookie. Drawing in this little grid. I like to. I'm always zooming in, zooming out. I want to know what it looks like in the game. In the game, it's about, I don't know, it's like this big. What if it rotated it around a bunch? Just use my fingers to rotate around. This app is really intuitive. I like it a lot. There's another one. I think it's called like Pickaxie or something on the App Store. Oh, look at these guys having a conversation right behind my door. Can I turn that door? Close that door. Thank you. Probably picking up the whole thing. There's one on the App Store called, I think it's called Pixacky or something. Pixacky, which is like it's probably better for pixel art than this app. But this app also does all kinds of cool painting and whatever. I could be a salesperson for this app. It's really cool. I think it's rad. So that's a decent little chip. I'm gonna give it a little more chippy down there. All right, it's quite a few chips. I think you might be able to make out that that's a cookie in game. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not crazy in love with these white parts there. Okay. Yeah, that sort of looks like a cookie. Let's try drawing some more. I don't know. Let's do something else. We can just simply duplicate this layer. I can turn off the old one, and this one I can just delete. There we go. It's gone. I can try and make it something new. One thing I was playing around with last night, I was sort of playing around with this app, doing a little practice, trying to make sure I know all the tools. And one thing that I was making last night was a little round scary eyeball. Let's try making a scary little eyeball. Let's grab some white as a base, maybe a little bit more like gray, slightly grayish, not pure white. That way we can add a bit of highlights to it. All right, so we'll start with a white little eyeball. A pizza. There already is a pizza in the game. There's a pizza ball. There's already like 30 something balls in the game. I know I was practicing and I was like, oh, how about a donut? And I started setting up a donut, and then I opened up the game and was like, oh, there already is a donut. So like, there's a bunch of cool basketballs, there's donuts, there's some wacky ones like skulls and whatever else. We can try and make an eyeball, and we can throw this in with a sort of Halloween update or something like that. So I'm gonna make there we go, a nice little ball. And then, you know what, this time I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna try and make 2 layers and see how that goes. So I'm gonna delete that one. That's gonna look the exact same as it did. Make it nice and big, so I delete the whole thing. There we go. And then this ball is this layer is gonna be my like iris layer. And then this one is going to be my ball layer. So let's work on the base one. And let's give it some shading just like we did before. I'm going to grab this nice soft brush. And in the same sort of vein like we did before, I'm going to make this a little bigger. And We're just going to give it some shading to give it a round shape. There we go, coming up over here. There we go. It's looking okay. And then similarly, let's grab the purest white we can find. There we go, pure white. And let's add a bit of highlight to the top. That's subtle. There we go, the highlight. There we go, we're gonna imagine our light source is at the top, which doesn't totally make sense for the game, but it works okay. And I'm actually gonna make the highlight sort of right here. There we go, it looks kind of ballish. I'm gonna sample this color, just undo a bit of that work there. There we go. I'm trying to kind of like match the art style more or less of the person that's already been making the art for the game. It's a bit of a tricky endeavor, and I know he often has a highlight sort of there. There we go, so we get a little bit of a ball shape. Thank you. You've been working on my pixel shading. Yeah, I like to, whenever I'm doing shading, I like to bring the opacity down quite a bit. And then play with it. So, all right, we got like a million colors. We zoom out, you know, it's like a tiny little ball. We got a little ball. Cool, so let's start working on, so we got a ball, it's a decent base. There you can see what it looks like if I turn the mask off. Crazy. Put the mask back on. Let's start working on some kind of iris. I'm gonna start making it a nice blue eyeball. I feel like that's like, maybe green a green eyeball. So let's find a nice green to work with. Maybe like some kind of foresty, funky green like this. I'm gonna write down this color in my palette. And then I'm gonna grab my pixel brush here. I'm gonna grab this one pixel one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab this one. It's a little bit different. It does a little bit of anti-aliasing. And I'm gonna try and I'm gonna fail. Oh, look at that. That didn't work. I got this mask on. That's not helping me out at all. Let's just clear it. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I see. Okay, that was weird. Usually when you duplicate the layer, let me try this again. Usually when you duplicate the layer, it brings the mask with it. It didn't do it that time, so that was weird. Oh, maybe I deleted the mask and not the contents of it last time. There we go. So I got an empty layer and the mask, just so I can color within lines easily. I got a nice little green color, and I got a pixel brush. Yeah, there we go. Let's draw a nice green eye. Trying to keep it symmetrical somehow. This isn't really like the color of an actual eye. I don't think anyone has that color eye. Oh, okay, I've gone too big. Luckily, I can do the same thing. I can grab, you know, a pixel brush, make it nice and small, and then there we go. I can erase it with the eraser. There we go. I'm gonna try and center this a bit better, maybe. You know, it's kind of cool if it's off a little bit. Okay, so I got a bit of a round shape-ish. Needs a little work. Let's come back to this green. How's that? That's okay. It's probably still a little big, but we're gonna tweak it a bunch. We're gonna add some highlights and lowlights. What color are people's eyes? Are they like more this color? I don't really know. Yeah, maybe they're more like this color. So we can add a bit more of this in here. Just tap it in. I don't know. That's not a color of anyone's eyes. I can double tap to delete all my taps. Undo. Alright, I shouldn't have picked green. No idea what color green eyes are. Need some reference material. But let's grab that same green we had before and we'll find a bit of a darker shade. Because people's eyes often have a bit of shading on the outside. So let's try and add a bit of darkness like that. That's barely coming through. I'm actually going to grab a slightly different brush, this hard brush. And let's Let's make it so there's like a little bit of a weird radial type gradient. There we go. That's okay. It's a little messy, but it might work. Okay, let's take a little bit of eyeball. That's okay. Let's add the pupil. I'm gonna make that pretty dark, maybe not quite black. I'm gonna come in here. Try and make this pupil like this. If I zoom out, I get a better view on it. Okay, yeah, that kind of looks like a little bit like an eyeball. Okay, I can imagine. There we go. There we go. This is nice and soothing today. Normally I have to do, you know what? I'm not crazy about the way I added these little guys on, these little plus sign looking thing. I was trying to make it look a little more anti-aliased, but that's okay like that. And then to give it a bit of shine, because you want the ball to be shiny, I want to give it a nice bit of white in here. So let's try adding a little highlight, as if the light was shining off of it. Yeah, that works okay. I'm going to add one more dot down here. Alright, kind of looks like an eyeball. If you squint your eyes and you zoom out a lot. Yeah, that's kind of spooky. Alright, and then as if it was firstly plucked, I think we should add some redness. And I'm going to add this on, you know what, I'm going to add it on the detail layer rather than the base one. That way I can come back and change the color if I want. So I'm going to add just like a little bit of, oh, this is where I have to get a little more precise. I'm going to zoom in a bunch. I'm going to try and add a bit of redness. There we go. As if, oh, if I tap right between 4 pixels, then it kind of does all of them, but I want to do individual ones. I'll make it a bit more red there. Yeah, this is the part where, you know, back of the eyeball there, right where it was plucked. Like a scary eyeball. Give it a bit more red towards the outside. There we go. There we go. This looks like a bit of a veiny, scary eyeball. It's not, that's okay. Pretty spooky. So we got a little bit of highlight. We've got some scary veiny parts. That's an okay eyeball. Again, what I'm gonna do, sort of like we did in the other one, is I'm gonna come back, go a pretty dark color. What I should have done was grab some of the reference balls. I've been looking at some of the art from the game recently to try and make sure that the style matches, because you don't want them to stand out too much. And again, one of the things that he does a lot is, I'm going to change back to here, is that there's quite a bit of contrast in these bottom lines to make it stand out a bit from the background. So I'm going to try my best to copy that and add a bit of contrast. There we go. Yeah, that's all right. It's kind of funny when you're fully zoomed in, sometimes you lose track of the big picture. Helps to zoom out, squint your eyes. That's what I do whenever I draw something. Lots of squinting. So there we go. We got a spooky eyeball. That's pretty cool, I think. So we can turn that off. Go back to our cookies. Is it still there? Cookie's still there. We got an eyeball. Look, it's coming along so fast. I think that looks pretty neat. I'll probably end up tweaking it a little bit as time goes on, but I'm gonna maybe draw. I'll be able to draw one more, and then we'll try it out in the game, see what it looks like. Then we'll come back and we'll fix it up a bit more. This is kind of a back and forth process a little bit. We'll see how that goes. So let's just do what we did last time. Let's swipe over here. Let's duplicate this layer. Let's jump on the art layer, not the mask. Delete it. That didn't do anything. Make sure we turn these ones off. There we go. There we go. There we go. Gone. So we made an eyeball, spooky Halloween eyeball. me a delicious cookie. If you got any ideas, let me know in the chat. I'll try my best to pixelize them. What have I got? What other ideas have I got? Cookie. Well, I'm trying to think of some spooky ones, especially for Halloween. There's a pumpkin or like a jack-o'-lantern that's coming out in the next update, and we already have a skull. Skull's not quite round, but that's okay. We could try some fruit. No, let's do something with a bit more. I could make like something that the kids would enjoy, like a fidget spinner. I guess beyond my skills, actually. I'd have to do that in Photoshop rather than in this thing. This is more of the freehand. I don't know, let's just pick a color. What's we got an eyeball, we got a what's blue, green? I could make like a tree or something like that. Maybe an apple. I'm trying to make an apple. It's kind of round. I have to edit my mask a little bit. Maybe that's good. That's okay. Let's try that. Let's try making an apple. I don't know if that one will be cool enough to make it in the game. Maybe it will be. So let's grab a nice apple red. Let's grab a nice big brush. All right, on this one, what I'm going to do actually is instead of making the mask round like this, I'm going to edit the mask a bit. The way that the game works is that pretty much all objects... A witch's cauldron. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one too. Pretty much all objects have a circular sort of physics body, so that the way they're going to interact with the world and the hoop and everything is circular. But there are a few things that are non-circular, but then it just kind of it acts a little bit wacky. But I'm gonna edit this layer a bit. Grab that black because apples. Oh, this is gonna be full opacity because apples aren't quite round. Can I work with that? Maybe I can work with that. Just a little bit off the top. Maybe a little bit off the bottom. That looks bad. I don't like the way that looks. It's not quite enough there to do it in the bottom. So I'll make it a bit round and we'll just like, let's come in and just widen it over here a little bit. Okay, it's a bit more apple-y-ish. Once we add some color to it, I'm sure it'll start looking better and we can keep editing the mask a little bit. So I'm gonna sample that color and then, that didn't work. I'm gonna sample that color. Why do you do this? Okay, I don't want that. Pick that color. Oh, weird. It's not picking. Oh, maybe because I'm on not the right thing. Whatever. Let's grab that. Let's grab a little bit of a darker color than the one we currently have. Something like that. And let's try doing that same thing we were doing before with the soft airbrush to give it some depth. Is that dark enough? Let's try a little darker. There we go. Ooh, that's not quite the same color as the red from before, but there we go. Come in a little darkness on the bottom, on the top. And then over here, we're gonna have a little stem. So I'm gonna grab that, a little bit of a lighter version of it. And we'll give it some highlights up here. Is that a lighter version of it? Could be a little lighter. Okay. We'll give it some like sharp highlights. A moon! Oh yeah, good one. Spiderweb, look at all these spooky things. Great ideas. Yeah, a full moon would be kind of cool. There's a cheese ball in the game right now. It looks kind of like a moon, but if we just sort of like made it gray, boom, we got ourselves a moon. So there we go. Adding some subtle bit of highlights to give it maybe too depth. This kind of looks like a weird bum, but that's okay. Let's add, like we did on the eyeball, let's duplicate the layer, delete what's on it, and start adding a bit of detail. So let's add a little stem to it here. Grab my pixel brush. So there's a little apple stem. I guess it could poke out a little bit. I'll have to... you know what, on this layer... Yeah, you know what, let's do this. Let's go like this. Let's get the black out again. No, let's get the white out. Grab that brush. And we're gonna let the stem come out a little bit. All right, that might work. And then I'm gonna fill in this part right here. Oh, right. Rather, I'm going to delete it from this layer. That's how layers work, who knew? There we go, so we've got a little stem on our apple. Let's sample that color. Oops, sample that color. Grab a bit of a highlight. We got one pixel brush. Let's bring this down. There we go. It's a pretty thick stem. Maybe I'll trim it down a little bit. Chop, chop, chop. Sure, why not? Just gonna keep kind of messing around as we go. All right, we got a little stem on our apple. And now I'm gonna add, I should add a leaf or something like that too, but I'm gonna add a bit of highlights. I think that's gonna help make the apple look a little more shiny. I don't like the double highlight, it looks weird. Not sure I like it up here either. What does an apple look like? I have no idea. It's becoming very clear. It certainly doesn't have that weirdness. I don't like how that turned out. Undo, 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 undo. I want a little bit on here. I don't really like the humps on that, but let's grab the black. Oh, all right. Go back here and opacity up. Is that a little bit better? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how it looks. Hard to tell. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit more aptly. You can imagine it rolling around. All right, not my best work on that one exactly. Let's try it around a little more. Let's give it a little more highlight up here. White. Change back to this layer. That's okay. That's okay. And I'm gonna, again, just like the other one, add a bit more contrast in here on this bottom few pixels so that it really pops. Instead, I'm gonna grab more of a dark, bring that down. Yeah, there we go. Draw in a bit. More contrasty apple. Okay, that's an okay apple. I don't know if apples have big shoulders like that exactly in real life. I don't know. Guess that's why they didn't hire me to do the art in this game, for real. But can't stop me from making my own mods. Oh yeah, look at this layer, it's all weird. So I think maybe what we should do is I'm gonna try and I should just try it. You know what? I'm going to do one more. I'm not happy with that apple. I don't like how it turned out. So I'm going to do one more. I like Dweer's suggestion there of a moon. Oh, I got multiple layers selected. Who knew? Let's come up here. Let's turn this apple layer off. I'm going to come back to, I want to revisit that some other time. The eyeball, let's delete the eyeball. Yeah, whatever. Oh, what have I done? Delete. There we go. Let's try and make, you know, let's do that moon. Let's try and make a big old gray moon. Let's go in here. It's pretty dark. Let's give it a nice gray like that. Let's come in with a big brush to set down a base color. Oh, it'd be kind of neat. I should try and make, maybe I'll try and make like a, I don't know if that, maybe that won't play. Like if I try and do, oh, Jesus. Like a crescent moon? Do you think that'll work? I'm gonna find out. Then I want the whole ball to be round still, so it might, maybe that'll look weird. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it and find out. I got time to experiment a little bit. Is that working? Okay. Let's make a smaller circle within it. That looks kind of silly, doesn't it? Bear with me, this might work. It might. I'll go off of my hard pixely ones. That doesn't look anything. No one would recognize that as a moon, would they? But what if I add a bit of highlight to it? That looks dumb. Okay, we're gonna do a little thing I like to call forget it all. And we'll start over again. We're gonna make a full moon. You know what? Decided full moon is where it's at. So let's do that. Let's grab a darker gray for some shadows, just like we did before. Try and make size big, opacity down. All right, I'm just gonna do a full moon. That's more spooky anyways, right? Full moon. Pretty sure. Ain't nobody afraid of a weird crescent moon on Halloween. Let's make it nice and round. Oh man, we got a million colors at our disposal today. Not light enough? Not quite light enough. There we go. Bit of lightness. That just looks like a weird orb. That's cool. Let's just do this part right now again. The old contrast line. Ooh, too wide. Zoom in, zoom, 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 zoom. All right. And then let's start adding some craters to it. And how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna grab a dark color. You know, I'm gonna duplicate this here again. Duplicate and clear what's on here. There's probably a fast way of doing that, isn't there? I bet there's like a clear option. Man, that would have saved me so much time. You learn as you go. Not here to drive a crippling debt is the scariest I could think of. Yeah, that would pretty much do it. I mean, you could talk about, I mean, if we're doing spooky Halloween things, I could try and draw like, you know, just like having no friends or dying of a painful disease over a long time. Those will certainly be scary balls. I'm not sure that I have the artistic merit to be able to bring that to life. But if you're watching and you want to, if you can draw a crippling debt, I don't know, like the the student loan debt officer coming or something like that. Oh, I should have tried to draw some noodle cake dudes' faces today too. That'd been fun. But yeah, if you can do that, I'll certainly consider it for the game. Let's grab some more grays here, and I'm gonna try and draw some craters. What does the moon look like? I don't know. Try and, once again, shadows on the bottom. This looks more like the Death Star right now. I don't have the, you know, fidelity to draw the moon, or the skills to pay the bills. Okay, I'm not crazy how that one came out. Yeah, it's looking kind of moon-ish. Which is all you can really ask for, right? Not a crater over here. And the moon has a lot of craters. I don't know how many craters I can draw in a tiny grid like this, but there we go. Zoom out. It looks more like there's a weird planet. Certainly There we go. A little more highlight there. Ooh, how about some there? Bottom of the, alright. It kind of looks like a planet. Vaguely. I invited our actual designers today to come do some doodling, but they are very busy with the game jam we have going on in the office, where everyone's trying to make games as fast as possible. And oftentimes the art part is the part that slows down. We've got lots of developers here, not very many designers. So trying to be able to make all the art necessary for the game can be hard to do in 2 days. We'll see how it goes. We're all kind of working on some various, I think everyone's sort of working on some space-themed games. And so we'll see if any of them are worthy of us publishing and putting more work into. All right, that's vaguely moonish. It's vaguely moonish. I say it's about 1:45 here, and I wanted to finish around 2. So what I'm going to try and do now is clickety-clack on the computer for a little bit and try and import these into Unity, and then we'll show what it looks like inside the game. So I'm going to grab that cookie that we worked on. Let's turn off a few of these here. That one and that one. I'm going to grab this cookie. I'm going to turn off the background so we've got a nice clear thing. And then I'm going to send this to my desktop computer that I'm doing this all from. And then hopefully, if all goes well, we might be able to see it in the game. So I can share it here, and I'm going to share it as a transparent ping. And I think I'm just going to I can send it to my probe. I don't want to do that. I'm going to save it to my drive. That's hoops. And then, what else? I'm going to do the cookie, and let's do the eyeball too. I think the eyeball turned out kind of neat. Let's do that one, and share as a ping. Once again, how about to my drive? Sure. And then I'm going to try and, oh, there we go. Export successful. It's that simple. I could sell lots of copies of this. And now I'm going to try and clickety-clack on the computer, however that works, to try and bring those art files into the game. So let me just head to the drive where I uploaded it, and there's gonna be nothing cool going on the screen at all right now because I didn't think like browsing around the computer would be that fun. So yeah, that's where we're at. Here we go. We're gonna find those assets. There we go. I found them, and I'm gonna download it. And I'm going to download this one. Alright, so I got 2 images, and I downloaded them. I'm just going to describe all this to you instead of showing it to you, because I've always said Twitch is more of an auditory, everyone loves to listen and not to watch anything. And I'm sure that that's true. I can't imagine it not being. So I'm going to grab these, and I'm going to drag it into Unity, which is the engine that we used to make this game. Not me specifically. Where'd it go? Sprites. Balls. Okay. So now I've got my 2 bouncy hoops balls. And now I'm going to have to just clickety-clack around a little bit more to add that information. Here we go. Okay, we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I'm feeling good. I learned how to do this yesterday to be able to change the balls in here. So I'm not so fast at this, but it's coming. I've got some balls. Here we go. Let's grab this and drag it into here, describing things that you cannot see. And this one, I'm gonna change it from the watermelon to cookie. All right, so I've got a cookie ball, and I've got the eyeball. I'm gonna call it eyeball describing once again, a screen that you can't see. But I swear it's coming so soon that there's gonna be a cool thing to view. And it's gonna be right here eventually. Let's fade this. Ooh. I'm working on it. It's coming. I'm tapping as fast as I can. So We've got, we call this the eyeball, and call this one the cookie. And we just simply save that. And if all goes well, they might be in the game. So here we go. I'm gonna try this. Okay, we've got the game. We've got some sound going. That's pretty loud. I have no idea how to turn that down, so that's just where we're at. Let's see if we can find our ball. So this is the game if you haven't played it before. Holy smokes, that's loud. How do I turn that down? I have no idea how to turn it down. I'm gonna turn it down right here. It's loud to me. I have no idea if it's loud to you, but here, we're back. So in this game, you tap the screen to bounce a little ball, trying to get it into the hoop. Bad example there. Get nice and high. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you can't even get the first hoop. Like so, and then a new hoop comes up. And you're trying to like get some nice combos. There we go, that's it. You can see in this case I'm using the most basic of all the basketballs. The basketball themed basketball. Okay, you get it, you get it. Here we go, let's go back to the main menu here and let's take a look at these balls that we've got. So here's all the ones that are in the game already. Here's the basketball, cyan, black. These are all locked because I guess I haven't unlocked them here in the game editor. But there's all kinds of those rocks and donuts. I mean, if I was smart, I would have showed these all to you, but that's not where we're at. Until we get to the end, here's the pumpkin, watermelon, and... oh no, mislabeled the cookie and the eyeball. Uh-oh, we'll have to fix that. Well, let's select the eyeball, aka cookie, and let's play a little bit. Let's try it out. Nice. That's cookie. It's totally working. Today's experiment, I would call generally a success. So I'm gonna pass this on to the game's actual developer, a guy named Cayman at Studio Generative, or however I say that. I hope I said that right. And we'll see if he likes it enough to put it in the game, and then maybe, in time, you'll know that this cookie ball and that eyeball, you saw it happen. Oh man, what a streak. All right, let's try the eyeball. Let's see what it looks like. We can go back, tweak it a little bit. So there's the cookie ball, there's the eyeball, aka cookie ball. Let's try it. Oh yeah, that's spooky. It's spooky. This is Halloween. So I know Cayman right now is working on some new levels and some new backgrounds. I'm gonna briefly click in here and I'm gonna see if I can show you the new level we're working on. It's set in Russia. If you unlock enough balls in the game, you unlock some new backgrounds to play in. And let's see if I can't cheat. And oh, there we go. Let's unlock that and find the Russian court and do a thing I like to call unlocked. All right. Now, if we try and play again, here we go. I should be able to pick a new court. We got the city, the beach, Tokyo Stadium, and Russia. We've got Ruska. We try and play. It's even got a little bit of snow right now. We'll see if that sticks around. That's a little thing to play around with. This is sort of an unfinished work of art currently. I know that the artists and game developers just love when I show off things that aren't finished that they're currently working on, but I think it's really cool already. And this is an update that should be coming out probably in October or so. So there we go. Look at that. Oh, thanks you guys. I'm glad that that worked okay. So while we're here, oh, look at this. We got a little music going. Dun, 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 dun. Let's change back to, what am I doing? You guys like music? Let's change back to here. I'm just showing you like all the chat and fun things going on. And, oh, no signal, that's fun. Oh, we're back. We're back, there's the eyeball. Whew. Go a little behind the scenes tour. Oh, this is not where I wanted to be. Let's go on here, that's nicer. All right, so I got a couple more minutes. I'm gonna like just tweak this a little bit more, and then if all goes well, we'll save it for the day, and we'll pass it on to Cayman to see how it goes. In Russia, bal dansю, of course. Yeah, I don't know any round Russian things to put in there. We could try and make a Russia special. Maybe some like stacking dolls. That's the only Russian thing I know. We'll see. Still working on it. I still like Bouncy Hoops despite playing it way more than the average person. But it's still fun to me. It's still like a fun, simple arcade game. I think it's pretty cool. So let's just let's have a little fun with this and add a little bit more. Ooh, hidden layer. That's right. Let's go back on to here, the detail one. Let's add a bit more veininess to it. Oh yeah. All right, pretty cool. If you're just, if you've been totally lost the entire time today, my name is Derek. I'm from Noodle Cake, and today we've been working on a bit of game art for the game Bouncy Hoops, a game that I didn't actually do the art for, but we're pretending today, kind of providing a mod for a game that we published, more or less, to add some new balls to the game. We made an eyeball. Let's go back. What did we do today? Here we go. We made the cookie ball. That looked pretty cool in the game. I like the eyeball. I thought that was pretty neat. There it is. We tried to make an apple ball. It worked okay. That's about how I would describe it. Like it went okay. Is that even, what's even going on? These layers are messed up. Let's make a little stem, little apple ball. There it is. That's okay. It needs work on that one. And then we made sort of a rough moon type one with some craters. There it is. Looks a little bit like a moon. Looks a little bit just like a weird planet. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll see if I can clean those ones up. Maybe get them into the game as well. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I've got for this week. Next week we'll be back with some more games. I'll probably get back to playing some ones, showing off some cool ones that we've got coming up. October's going to be a busy month for us. We've got all kinds of cool things coming out. I'm not sure they've all been announced. But if you listen up closely, we've got lots of cool things that will be happening. September's been a nice slow catch up for us while we get things lined up, and October's gonna be wacky. So thanks for joining me today on Cake Gets Creative, and we'll be back again next week at the same time for about an hour. So jump me, look at that, Touch Arcade. Thanks for jumping in. So thanks everyone who's commented today, and we'll be back. We'll be back in time. I'm out. I'm out of here. How do I turn this thing off? There we go. That's the one. See you guys.